With this video, we will be doing the tragic fate of Enchanting, and if you want to help this channel and the content that we making, please help us put our merchandise and link is in the description. If you didn't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. Try and get the channel to grow, and the only way we're going to do this is if you like, share, and comment on the content. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's go! Chi, get the yayo.
Get the yayo.
I've been trying to go live for so long, for that one that shit.
That was rapper Enchanting, hinting at something troubling during an Instagram live, but her cry for help went unheard. Just a short while later, on June 11th, the hip-hop world was rocked by the shocking news of her death. Known for her captivating voice and hit tracks, Enchanting was a rising star whose journey was marked by both promise and struggle. The rapper was deeply involved in street life and at one point even admitted to having a gun pulled on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
They put it to my head. I knew that wasn't gonna shoot, but you know how are.
In this video,
That's crazy. She said, you know how niggas are, so you could tell she been through that more than one time. It's not the first time somebody putting a blicky to her head, which I think is just crazy. I think the whole situation is crazy.
The whole situation is crazy, man, and to have to be that tough, thick skin.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yes, and I definitely, it's definitely a little disturbing how the video started off, and she was saying, I've been trying to go live, I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
Then the guy goes into nobody heard her cry, so it's like, what was she really trying to say? And the crazy thing about it is, I heard her name in the comment section, people were telling me to react to her, and now I feel bad that I didn't react to her, because this is the first thing we're reacting to, and I never had a chance to really check out her music before actually doing this, and it's just crazy.
It's crazy. That's how it be happening. Though.
Yeah.
Like, things be moving so fast.
Facts.
Uncover the events leading to her tragic passing and explore why many believe there was foul play involved in her death. Stay tuned because this story is wild.
Wow.
Enchanting's death. On June 11th, the hip-hop community was deeply shaken by the tragic news of Enchanting's death. The talented 26-year-old rapper, born Channing Nicole Larry, was found unresponsive at home and was quickly rushed to the hospital. Despite intensive medical efforts, Enchanting's condition did not improve, and she was placed on life support. Sadly, she passed away a few days later, surrounded by her loved ones. Enchanting's journey in the music industry had been marked by both promise and struggle. Known for...
And the crazy thing about that is when it first dropped, the news came out that she passed. And then her sister came out and said, no, she didn't pass. She's still fighting. So I'm thinking like, oh, she's going to be okay. Like, she's probably going to make it out this because the family's saying she's still fighting. Right. And then it came that she actually passed away. And I'm like, that's actually sad because I was thinking that she wasn't going to make it through it.
Yeah, you always want to think positive in those situations. But when people be on life support, man, you know what I mean? Unless something miraculous happens. Okay. It is what it is.
For her captivating voice and hit tracks like Track and Field and No Love, she had steadily built a dedicated fan base. Her signing with 1017 Records under the mentorship of Gucci Mane was a significant milestone in her career, propelling her further into the spotlight. However, behind the scenes, Enchanting was grappling with personal demons. The events leading up to Enchanting's death tell a sad story of a talented artist struggling with substance abuse. Just days before her tragic end, Enchanting had left her home to stay with one of her managers in a desperate attempt to get clean. On that fateful day, close friends and associates noticed that something was wrong. Enchanting seemed off, showing signs of distress and erratic behavior. Despite their concern and efforts to help, it was later revealed that she had been struggling with a dangerous mix of prescription medications and illicit substances, leading to her overdose. The reaction from the hip-hop community was immediate and overwhelming. Gucci Mane, the head of her label 1017 Records, took to Instagram to express his sorrow and disbelief. He posted a series of heartfelt messages and photos, reminiscing about her talent and the void her death left behind. So sad to have to say RIP to such a great young lady, a true star. We're all going to miss you, Chan, he wrote, capturing the collective grief felt by many. Fellow artists and fans also...
It was like, when that happened, a lot of people was coming at Gucci Mane. It was like, yo, bro, everybody that's signed to your label end up passing away or getting locked up. Like, your label seemed like a place that young artists need to stay away from because there's just too much going on with everybody that signs to you.
Yeah, because, I mean, I remember hearing the same thing because it's just, it's how it's been looking. Like, jail, dead, jail, like,
back to back
something
to back
has to change.
Something got to change.
also poured out their condolences on social media, sharing memories and expressing their heartbreak. Enchanting had touched many lives through her music, and her sudden passing felt like a personal loss to those who had followed her journey. Her Instagram was flooded with messages of love and sorrow, highlighting the impact she had made in her short life. The cause of her death has also raised a lot of discussion. Over the past few years, the hip-hop community has seen many tragic losses due to overdose and drug addiction. Another tragic tale that closely resembles Enchanting is that of Chinna Rogers, a young rapper who faced similar battles. Chinna Rogers was a remarkable talent who moved from modeling to making a name for herself in the music industry. Born in Philadelphia, Chinna grew up surrounded by the city's rich musical culture, which influenced her artistic journey from an early age. During her middle school years at Julia R. Masterman School, Chinna developed a passion for writing. She initially considered writing a book, but eventually found her true calling in music. By the age of 14, Chinna was signed by Ford Models, a prestigious agency, and she quickly rose to prominence in the fashion world. However, she felt the fashion industry was too superficial and didn't allow her to express her true self. Chinna's passion for music led her to leave modeling behind and focus entirely on her musical career. Her big break came when she connected with ASAP Yams, a founding member of the ASAP mob, through Twitter. Yams saw her potential and took her under his wing, mentoring her and helping her navigate the early stages of her music career. With ASAP Yams' guidance, Chinna began creating her own music and developing a unique sound that connected with many people. Despite her rising fame, Chinna's journey was not without its challenges. She struggled with opioid addiction, a battle that she openly addressed in her music. Chinna's battle with addiction started in her teenage years, a time when most young people are still figuring out who they are and what they want to become. For Chinna, the pressures of the music industry and personal challenges created a perfect storm that led her down a dark path. Tragically, ASAP...
It seems like everybody that's in the music industry has some type of like substance abuse going on, and it seems more prevalent than ever, or maybe just more spoke about now than it was in the past. But it seems like all the artists is going through that, and we're losing a lot of artists behind it.
Right, and it's crazy because, especially in our culture, you see more of that than you have in the past. I mean, there are a few here and there, but I mean, it seemed like everybody getting it in.
Yeah, like it's like that's how most people in the industry is passing now. It was a little bit when it was robberies and gun violence, but it seemed like that's not how they pass it.
Yeah,
now.
That's not it.
It's this wave, which is crazy.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Yams also struggled with addiction and passed away in 2015 from an accidental drug overdose. His death was a devastating blow to Chinna, who had looked up to him not only as a mentor but also as a friend and confidant. Losing Yams forced her to confront her own demons and find a way to move forward without his guidance. After Yams' death, Chinna's music became even more personal and emotional. Her 2016 mixtape, 90, was a deeply personal project celebrating her 90 days of sobriety. Unfortunately, despite her efforts to stay clean, Chinna's addiction eventually claimed her life. On April 8, 2020,
That's what I always say. That lifestyle is easy to get into. It's hard to get out of. And most people don't make it out, which is a crazy situation. Yeah. That's why you don't even want to get involved with it.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Was found unresponsive in her Philadelphia home. The cause of death was later ruled as an accidental drug overdose. She was just 25 years old, marking another tragic loss in the hip-hop community. Crazy. Sadly, there are many more stories like these. Rapper Lexi Alajai faced a similar fate. Born Alexis Alajai Lynch, Lexi displayed a natural talent for music from a young age. Drawn to storytelling through rap, she was inspired by legends like Tupac Shakur, Nas, and J. Cole to pursue a music career. Lexi started writing lyrics and recording tracks in her bedroom during her teenage years. By 16, she released her first mixtape, Super Sweet 16, showcasing her lyrical skills and unique voice. A major breakthrough came in 2015 when she collaborated with Kalani on the Grammy-nominated album You Should Be Here, bringing her into the spotlight. As her career gained momentum, Lexi released more mixtapes like Joseph's Coat and Fearless, each showing her growth as an artist. Known for her honest and emotionally deep music, she quickly connected with listeners on a personal level. By 18, Lexi had thousands of Instagram followers and SoundCloud streams, performing in clubs around the Twin Cities and becoming a local sensation. Her performance at the Super Bowl Live Festival in January 2018 further solidified her status as a rising star. Lexi's death was a shocking blow to her fans and the hip-hop community. On New Year's Day in 2020, she was found unconscious at the Lowe's Minneapolis Hotel. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office later confirmed that she died due to mixed fentanyl and ethanol toxicity. This revelation devastated her fans, friends, and fellow artists who admired her rise to fame. Another painful overdose death that shook the hip-hop industry in recent years was that of DMX. DMX was an iconic figure in the hip-hop industry, known for his raw and aggressive style. His rise to fame began with the release of
It just goes to show you, man, and like, as we sit here and watching this video, like, drug addiction is not above or below anybody.
Yeah, facts. I totally agree.
Everybody.
Yeah, and it's just like when they were just showing that clip of DMX with the red jumpsuit on him bouncing. You just remember that energy he always brought to the stage.
It was real.
It was crazy.
Industry, known for his raw and aggressive style. His rise to fame began with the release of his debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, in 1998. This album was both a critical and commercial success, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. DMX's powerful lyrics and gritty delivery resonated with fans worldwide, making him a standout artist in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Beyond his music, DMX's impact on hip-hop culture was profound. He brought a level of authenticity and raw emotion that was unmatched, and his influence extended beyond music into acting, where he starred in several films.
Belly.
His ability to convey pain.
Yeah,
Belly's a classic. That's when he was like, don't say I'm blood clot scared of anyone. I'm the meanest, toughest Jamaican in America.
Extended beyond music into acting, where he starred in several films. His ability to convey pain, struggle, and redemption through his art made him a relatable and revered figure in the hip-hop community. During his peak career years, DMX's addiction had a profound impact on both his professional and personal life. Concerts were frequently canceled, and his erratic behavior became a staple of tabloid headlines. Fans and industry insiders watched as the talented rapper struggled to keep his life together. His legal troubles also mounted, with numerous arrests for drug possession, animal cruelty, and tax evasion. These incidents not only tarnished his public image, but also strained his relationships with family and friends. The impact of DMX's addiction on his personal life was equally devastating. He fathered 15 children with multiple women, and his relationships were often tumultuous. The constant battle with addiction strained his ability to be present for his family, leading to fractured relationships and emotional turmoil. Despite many attempts to overcome his addiction, DMX continued to struggle. In 2017, he entered rehab again, canceling several concerts to focus on his recovery. Fans remained hopeful that he would beat his demons this time, but the cycle of addiction was relentless. In 2019, DMX made another attempt at rehabilitation, stepping away from the spotlight to seek help. His public appearances became rare, and his health visibly declined. Despite these struggles, he continued working on new music, driven by his passion. Fans held on to the belief that he would make a strong comeback. On February 10th,
I was thinking he was making a strong comeback around that time because he was putting out music. I mean, he was recording music. He was starting to do interviews and talking about music he was going to have come out. I'm pretty sure he had an album already done. It just was a sad time for him.
Yeah, it's just a sad time, man.
Yeah.
And it's wild because DMX almost feel like one of them relatives, you know what I'm saying? Because you just seen so much of his career. Like, it was different. Like, he was definitely always been visible.
Yeah, and he was like one of the first people to drop 2 albums in a year because that's how hot he was.
Yeah, and they were #1s.
Yeah, #1s.
2016, a particularly alarming incident occurred when DMX was found unresponsive in a parking lot at a Ramada Inn in Yonkers, New York. First responders resuscitated him and administered Narcan, an opioid reversal drug. He responded quickly and became semi-conscious before being rushed to the hospital. Although DMX later claimed it was an asthma attack, the incident highlighted the precarious state of his health and the dangers of his addiction. The events leading up to DMX's hospitalization in 2021 were the culmination of years of struggle. On April 2nd, 2021, around 11 p.m., DMX was rushed to White Plains Hospital after suffering a heart attack at his home, suspected to be the result of a drug overdose. The news shocked the music industry and his fans, who anxiously awaited updates on his condition. The next day, his attorney, Murray Richmond, confirmed that DMX was on life support. It was revealed that he had suffered cerebral hypoxia, a lack of oxygen to the brain, during resuscitation attempts, leaving him in a coma with little hope for recovery. As days passed, DMX's condition did not improve. His former manager, Nakia Walker, described him as being in a vegetative state with lung and brain failure and no current brain activity. His manager, Steve Rifkin, stated that tests would be conducted to determine brain functionality. The family faced an agonizing decision, holding on to a sliver of hope. On the morning of April 9th, 2021, DMX lost functionality in multiple essential organs, including his liver, kidneys, and lungs. He was pronounced dead shortly after, at the age of 50. The news of DMX's passing was met with an outpouring of grief from fans, fellow artists, and the entire music community. His efforts to get clean before his death drew parallels to Enchanting's struggle, both battling their demons while trying to continue their careers. Enchanting's death was particularly heartbreaking as she was at the peak of her career and was rising in fame. Career. From a young age, music was a central part of Enchanting's life. She sang in the church choir and took piano lessons in elementary school, setting the stage for her future in music. I feel like music was always something that came naturally to me, she said in a past interview. It was something that I thought should probably put more time and effort into because it was natural, instead of trying to force a talent. As a teenager, Enchanting juggled many roles. She was involved in cheerleading and sports and even worked as a hairstylist and nail technician. Despite her busy schedule, her true passion was always music. Her natural talent and love for music were clear to everyone around her. Enchanting first performed at local talent shows and community events. Her powerful voice and captivating stage presence quickly made her stand out. It was evident that she was destined for bigger things. After high school, she decided to pursue music full-time. It was a bold move, but she knew it was what she wanted to do. She soon began working with producer Jay White, known for crafting hits for Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Doechii, and Gucci Mane. This collaboration proved to be a turning point in her career. One day, Gucci Mane posted on social media that he was looking for new artists to work with. Jay White sent Gucci a link to Enchanting's Instagram page and some of their songs. Gucci was intrigued and reached out to Enchanting the very next day. In 2020, Enchanting signed with Gucci Mane's 1017 label, starting a new chapter in her music career. With the support of the 1017 label, she was in a strong position for success, as the label had a history of turning artists into stars. 1017 Records, also known as 1017 Brick Squad, was founded by Gucci Mane in 2007. The name 1017 holds personal significance for Gucci Mane, as it represents the address of his grandfather's house in Bessemer, Alabama, where he spent much of his childhood. This label allowed Gucci Mane to take control of his music career and help new talent in the hip-hop industry. 1017 Records quickly made its mark in the rap scene by signing big names like Young Thug, Waka Flocka Flame, and Chief Keef. The label played a crucial role in popularizing trap music, a subgenre of hip-hop that Gucci Mane himself helped pioneer. Over the years, 1017 Records has been behind many successful projects, launching the careers of several high-profile artists and maintaining a strong presence in the industry. With 1017 Records backing, many artists, including Enchanting, found themselves well-positioned to succeed. However, the label has seen its share of controversies and hardships. Between 2013 and 2016, 1017 Records faced internal strife and public feuds. On March 15, 2013, Gucci Mane tweeted that he had dropped Waka Flocka Flame from 1017 Brick Squad. Although his management later claimed his Twitter account had been hacked, Waka Flocka Flame confirmed the feud and stated they would never make music or do business together again. This period was marked by a series of controversies and challenges for the label and its artists. But that's not all the controversy surrounding the label. Some believe there's a curse associated with 1017 Records, given the unfortunate situations many of its artists have faced. For instance, on December 16, 2011, 1017 Records artist Slim Duncan was tragically shot and killed while preparing for a music video at an Atlanta recording studio. Young Vito, the man accused of his murder, was acquitted of the murder charge, but received a 25-year sentence for aggravated assault and possession of a firearm. Additionally, Pooh Shiesty, another artist under the label, is currently facing legal trouble. For those unfamiliar with the situation, Pooh Shiesty is a rapper from Memphis, Tennessee. Pooh Shiesty faced numerous challenges from an early age. The environment he was raised.
He's like one of the rappers that people talk about, like rap would be in a different spot if he was out, because before he got locked up, he was killing it. He was on a good climb up, and then he was taken from it. I think he dropped like one album, but I was rocking with the his movement before he got locked up.
Right. It's crazy because like I heard a couple of his tracks.
Yeah.
But when I started really hearing of him, he was locked up.
Yeah, that's how it happened. It's crazy.
Raised in was tough, and like many young men in his community, he was exposed to the harsh realities of street life. Despite these obstacles, Pooh Shiesty found solace and inspiration in music, which would eventually become his ticket out of the struggles he faced. At 18, Pooh Shiesty began making a name for himself in the local music scene with his raw and gritty lyrics. His unique style quickly caught the attention of fans and industry insiders. He adopted the stage name Pooh Shiesty, combining his childhood nickname Mr. Pooh with the slang term Shiesty, reflecting his lifestyle and persona. In March March 2019, Pooh Shiesty released his debut single, Hell Night, featuring fellow Memphis rapper Big 30. The song was an instant hit locally, and its success grew with the release of the official music video in February 2020. The video showcased his talent and street credibility, solidifying his reputation as a rising star. His relentless work ethic and undeniable talent soon caught the attention of Atlanta rapper Gucci Mane. Recognizing his potential, Gucci Mane signed Pooh Shiesty to 1017 Records in a joint venture with Atlantic Records in April 2020. This partnership marked a turning point in his career, providing him with the platform and resources to reach a wider audience. However, as Pooh Shiesty's career continued to rise, his life took a dramatic turn with a series of legal issues, adding to the perception that 1017 Records is plagued by misfortune. The first major incident happened on October 13th, 2020, when Pooh Shiesty was arrested in connection to a shooting in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida. The incident involved a drug deal gone wrong, which escalated into a violent confrontation. According to reports, Pooh Shiesty
and that's what people didn't understand. It's like, yo, bro, y'all pull up in all these other cars, Lambos, to buy some weed, then you rob the person that you're trying to get it from. It's like, yo, you got the money, pay the man. You've been locked up all this time behind some weed that you could have just paid them and kept making the money. It's crazy.
And two other men were involved in a transaction to purchase marijuana and high-end sneakers. However, the deal quickly turned sour, resulting in gunfire. Pooh Shiesty faced several charges, including armed robbery, aggravated assault, battery, and criminal.
You see the cars they pulled up in? Like, why would you need to do armed robbery and you drive around like that?
For what?
It's crazy.
And high-end sneakers. However, the deal quickly turned sour, resulting in gunfire. Pooh Shiesty faced several charges, including armed robbery, aggravated assault, battery, and criminal theft. Despite the severity of the charges, he was released from custody on the same day of his arrest. This incident marked the beginning of a tumultuous period in his life as legal troubles began to mount. The situation took a darker turn on June 9th, 2021, when Pooh Shiesty was arrested again, this time in connection to a shooting at the King of Diamonds strip club in Northwest Miami-Dade. During a Memorial Day weekend celebration, an altercation broke out, and Pooh Shiesty allegedly fired a gun, hitting a security guard in the leg. The victim later recanted.
That's like another situation that could have been completely avoided. I don't know if you remember that time, but he was walking around the club and he had all this money hanging out of his back pocket. You feel what I'm saying? Just walking around, just all this money, both pockets full, all this money just hanging out. So then somebody went to grab some of it, and that's why he pulled out the blick. It's like a lot of this stuff he could have just avoided. You feel what I'm saying? People hungry out here.
To his statement, claiming he was under the influence and didn't remember who shot him. Despite this, Pooh Shiesty was held without bond and remained in jail. The seriousness of the charges and the incident's circumstances led to widespread media coverage and speculation about his future. On June 29, 2021, Pooh Shiesty was indicted over the Bay Harbor Islands robbery. The indictment alleged that Pooh Shiesty and his associates used firearms to commit a robbery. The evidence included surveillance footage and social media posts allegedly linking him to the crime. On July 8, 2021, a federal judge ordered him to be held without bond pending trial, citing the potential danger he posed to the community and the risk of flight. As the legal proceedings continued, Pooh Shiesty had to face the harsh reality of his situation. On January 4, 2022, he pleaded guilty to federal conspiracy charges in a strategic move to avoid a potentially longer sentence if convicted at trial. Then, on April 20, 2022, he was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison, marking a significant setback in his career. But Pooh Shiesty isn't the only 1017 Records artist facing legal trouble. Young Thug, who was also associated with the label in the past, is currently embroiled in a high-profile RICO trial. Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, was indicted in May 2020.
This trial right here is crazy.
Yeah, this one's crazy.
They got to make this trial into a Netflix series. Shout out to his lawyer who said, yo, if you want to lock me up, put me in a cell with Young Thug. Yo, shouts out to him. Yo, his page just went all the way up. If he beat this, oh, man, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, he's the man.
2022, along with 27 others on charges of violating Georgia's RICO Act. Prosecutors allege that Young Thug co-founded the Young Slime Life YSL gang in 2012, which is tied to numerous criminal activities, including murder, assault, and drug trafficking. The indictment against Young Thug includes a staggering 191 acts that prosecutors claim were committed to further the gang's interests. These acts range from violent crimes to social media posts that allegedly promote gang activities. The trial has drawn significant media attention, with the rapper being denied denied bond multiple times due to concerns over witness intimidation and the potential danger he poses to the community. With all these controversies and legal issues surrounding 1017 Records artists, many fans and observers are now connecting Enchanting's tragic death to what they believe is a curse on the label. However, some speculate that Enchanting's death had more to do with her background and the environment she grew up in rather than any supposed curse. Enchanting's background. Enchanting was born in Germany into a life of constant movement and adaptation due to her father's military career. As an army brat, her early years were filled with the disciplined yet unpredictable nature of military life. Her father was stationed in Germany, which is why Enchanting was born there. The family lived in Germany until she was about 2 or 3 years old, experiencing the structured routines and close-knit community typical of military families. However, this stability was short-lived. The family soon relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, driven by her mother's desire to be closer to her own family. Navigating the challenges of new motherhood, Enchanting's mother sought the comfort and support of her relatives, which led them to settle near Enchanting's grandmother and aunts in Atlanta. Street life in Atlanta can be harsh, with significant issues such as poverty, crime, and gang activity affecting many neighborhoods, likely influencing Enchanting from an early age. At 12, Enchanting's life changed again when the family moved to Texas due to her father's new job. They first settled in Houston, a bustling city very different from Atlanta. This move brought new challenges and opportunities for Enchanting. The urban environment of Houston was a big change from the close-knit community she had known. But the family's journey in Texas wasn't over. Her father's career led to another move, this time to Fort Worth. This move marked a significant change in Enchanting's life as her parents' marriage began to fall apart, eventually leading to their divorce. The separation brought a new set of challenges for Enchanting as she had to adapt to yet another new environment while dealing with the emotional turmoil of her parents' split. The household was peaceful, and Enchanting got along well with her new stepmom. They managed to coexist without any major issues, and life went on smoothly. Then, one day, while still in high school, Enchanting decided to take her parents' extra car for a quick trip to the mall. But this seemingly innocent act set off a chain reaction of drama. Someone, either her neighbor or her stepsister, told on her. When her stepmom found out, she was furious. She stormed into Enchanting's room and the two started a shouting match. The argument quickly escalated, leading to a heated confrontation. Her stepmom, feeling disrespected, demanded that Enchanting leave the house. Enchanting was forced to move out and live with her mom. The betrayal and rejection by her stepmom, along with her father's lack of support, left her feeling abandoned and hurt. Years passed before Enchanting returned to her father's house, hoping that time had healed old wounds. However, the peace was short-lived. The second time she was kicked out was even more dramatic. Someone accused her of having weed in the house. Enchanting denied the accusation, arguing that if she had weed, she would have smoked it rather than leaving it lying around unused. Despite her protests, the accusation stuck, and she was kicked out again. This time, the betrayal cut even deeper. The relationship between Enchanting and her father never fully recovered.
Yeah, because she feel like, I mean, as a female, nothing more you want from your dad is to protect you, and you feel like the stepmom is like not allowing you to be protected. You going whatever the stepmom said. The stepmom wants you gone. You're being gone. You like, but you're my dad. We don't spend no time together. How are you choosing this over your flesh and blood?
Right.
It's tricky, real quick.
It's a complicated situation.
Real complicated.
Being kicked out for the second time, Enchanting's life took a drastic turn. She found herself increasingly drawn into the street lifestyle of Fort Worth. The streets came with their own set of problems. Enchanting was frequently in and out of jail, entangled in various legal issues. She became involved in violent confrontations and at one point even had a gun pulled on her.
Yeah, they put it to my head.
It's crazy.
I knew that wasn't gonna shoot, but you know how
it was capping.
At some point, Enchanting got tired of the street lifestyle and being in and out of jail. Her breaking point came when she began to notice that people in jail recognized her because of how often she was there.
I went to jail and they knew me. Like, they were just talking to me like on first name basis. Like downstairs where they book you in and and they was like, oh, you back? And I was like,
Enchanting's early exposure to drugs and violence sadly contributed to her death. Growing up in tough environments where substance abuse and conflict were common, she was influenced by these negative aspects. She's not the only rapper who suffered from this situation. Take DMX, for example. DMX faced significant hardships from a young age. His parents, Arnett Simmons and Joe Barker, were teenagers when he was born. Joe eventually left to pursue a career in painting, leaving Arnett to raise Earl and his siblings alone. The absence of his father and the overwhelming responsibility on his mother led to frequent physical violence as a means of discipline. Earl's childhood was filled with beatings, leaving him with lasting physical and emotional scars. Earl also struggled with bronchial asthma, causing frequent severe asthma attacks that added to the difficulties of his violent home environment. Raised as a Jehovah's Witness, he found little comfort in religion, and a traumatic accident further distanced him from his faith. At 5, his mother sent him to live with relatives in Yonkers, hoping for a more stable environment, but this only deepened his sense of abandonment and isolation. At 10, Earl's erratic behavior led to his expulsion from middle school, and he was sent to a group home where he faced neglect and mistreatment. Returning to Yonkers at 15, he found no stable home and began sleeping in storage bins, befriending stray dogs for companionship. Struggling with poor grades and being unable to join the school track team, Earl turned to petty crime to survive, starting with robbing fellow students and escalating to carjacking. These early experiences with crime and constant instability foreshadowed the legal troubles that would follow him throughout his life. Like Enchanting, DMX's exposure to violence and hardship from a young age profoundly impacted his life and career. Their stories highlight the significant effects that early exposure to such harsh realities can have on individuals. Enchanting's death is a tragic reminder of the struggles that many people face behind closed doors. Her journey, though cut short, was marked by incredible talent, hard work, and a genuine connection with her fans. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the
Lamar Wilson here, representing Ghetto Action News Network, _ all lower cases.
No spaces.
You'll find us on Instagram and Facebook, and when you do, leave some comments, share something, and come back. I'm gonna get right into this.
Let's get it.
Man, Enchanting. It sucks because, you know, I heard about her, but I didn't really get to dive into her catalog like that. And it just sucks because you see this happening. Like, before you can even get a chance to appreciate an artist, they go. And you know what I mean? It just one of those situations. Nobody wants to see anybody going. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. What do you think about this?
I think it's a crazy, tragic situation. Like you said, it's in like now and now more days that you find about new artists. They either passing away or getting locked up. Just a sad situation. I hope somebody could use her life in that story as an example. Why not to mess around with this kind of stuff? Because like I said, it's easy to get involved with. It's hard actually to get out. So I just hope someone take and learn something from her story. And definitely want to check out her music because I've been here about music. I'm definitely going to listen to her and see the type of music she was putting out because the story definitely touched me with this one. Can't wait to do more stuff like this. But until then, it's your boy Trey TV, and I'm out.